All right, so we're going to talk about major impact um, with Google's changes that are here, more changes that are coming, and obviously we're going to just really go in deep here in regards to how important this is to businesses, how important this is for all of our um, partners that are here in terms of using this as a great you know uh, tool to sell, right, or great information to help you sell. So this is the deal, guys. Let me just go back here. Okay, now Gary from Google said that Google will be updating the page speed ranking factor to specifically look at the page speed of mobile pages when it comes to the mobile friendly algorithm. Gary's one of the top dogs over there. And we're going to talk about Google and how their indexes and their rankings for speed. Speed is really important, and that's really what we're going to cover today. And again, this is brand spanking new. Never had a webinar on this because this wasn't an issue. Now it is, and it's serious. So when Google updates their mobile friendly algorithm, they're going to add mobile specific page speed as a factor, and they're not going to rely on the desktop version anymore. Okay, so these updates are slowly being implemented. They're not 100% yet, but what Google does is they slowly ease these updates out there so people don't get crushed so badly, right? Businesses don't get crushed so badly, and they give people and businesses an opportunity by educating them, right, on why they have to have not only a responsive website, but a website that has to load in lightning speed. So why speed ranking? Why is speed a ranking factor now on Google? Really important, guys. This never was the case before, right? Mobilegeddon, all businesses that weren't mobile were basically decimated, right? With their rankings, they're irrelevant on the web. They're crushed. But now Google says, well, that's not enough anymore. That's not enough. We need you to have, even if you have a mobile site, even if you have a responsive website, it better be fast. All right. And if it's not, well, guess what? You better go back to the drawing board. All right. So this is going to be a fantastic selling point when you guys pitch this to clients. And that's why we decided, obviously, to do this webinar on this, especially when we released, that we had that update this week. So anyway, so why is speed a ranking factor? Simple. 70% people, when people land on a site and the site loads in lightning speed, they're going to spend more time on that site. They're going to spend 70% more on that site. There's a lower bounce rate, 35% lower. What's the bounce rate? Well, it means when people land on a site and they just bounce off. Well, guess what? A lot of times they bounce off because they're waiting for that page to load, and that page doesn't load as fast as they want it to load. So what happens is that they just bounce. So with a fast website or a fast page that loads really quickly, it's a 35% lower bounce rate. Higher engagement, 60% more page views, which means people are staying on the website, right? They're reading more pages. They're going through the whole website, and they're not being discouraged because they're not waiting when they click on that next page. They're not having to wait for that page to load, take forever to load, right? So what happens is they're reading more content. They're interacting more with that website. Competitive advantage. 77% of websites take more than 10 seconds to load on mobile. All right. So this is huge, huge, guys, for sales. Think about that. 77% of the websites that are out there right now. And we're not just talking businesses that don't have a mobile site. We're talking about companies out there right now that have responsive websites, right? They have mobile sites. And guess what? 70%, 77% of them still take forever to load, and that's not going to cut it, man. It's not going to cut it. So it doesn't matter if a business is responsive anymore. You better be fast. More customer conversions, 7% less conversions for every second it takes to load. Think about that. 7% less conversions for every second. So if it takes 10 seconds for a page to load or 15 seconds, guess what? They're out of business, man. Those people are not going to engage. They're not going to buy. They're going to the competition. They're out of here. And that's a serious issue for any business that's not mobile. So we're going to dig in deep so you guys have a true understanding of what I'm talking about, so it doesn't sound like it's Chinese, right? So we're going to ask some questions and answer some questions. So what is changing with the mobile first index? That's what they call it. It's a mobile first index. That's what they're talking about, this whole speed thing. What's changing with it? And we're going to talk about it right now. As more and more searches happen on mobile, Google basically wants its index and results to represent the majority of their users who are mobile searches, right? So basically what that means is that, hey, if you have a smartphone, you better land on a mobile website, right? You better land on a responsive website, and it better be fast. That's basically what that says right there. Google has stated to use the mobile version of the web as their primary search engine index. Okay, so they basically said mobile is what you better have. Mobile is what we're going to use, right, as the first, basically as the only index, as the only way that they're going to basically go out there and give anyone that has credibility. It has to be a responsive website, and they better have a responsive website, like I said, that's fast. So a search engine index is a collection of pages, documents that the search engine has discovered primarily through crawling the web through links. So again, it's going out there, it's crawling that site, and it's only going to crawl that site if it's mobile. So Google has crawled the web from a desktop browser point of view, right? That's how they always did it. And now Google is changing that to crawl the web from a mobile browser's view, which means everything was desktop before, right? Because there's no such thing before as smartphones and tablets, and they basically, everything was geared around the desktop. Everyone sat at their desktops and did all their searches, and that's how they would index websites, and they'd send out the robots to crawl, and that's how you would get rankings, and you would come up on Google. They basically threw out the desktop and said, hey, now we're going straight up. The number one factor is mobile, and that's what we're going to use as an index. So is this going to help the business boost their ranking, right? By having a fast site and having a mobile site, a responsive website. So basically, this is what Google said. Google has previously said that content that's not deemed mobile friendly will not rank, which means if you don't have a responsive website, you are obsolete. That remains the case with this new index. Okay, nothing's going to change. They said, you're not mobile, you're out. Okay. In this current index, which most people will continue to get results from desktop content, is indexed and used for showing listings to both desktop and mobile users. Okay, so a special mobile-friendly ranking system is then used to boost content for Google's mobile listings. Content that's not mobile-friendly doesn't perform as well. In the new mobile-first index, which some people will get results from as Google rolls it out, mobile content is indexed and used for showing listings to both desktop and mobile users, which means the mobile-friendly ranking boost will be applied as with the current system to mobile-friendly pages. So basically what they're saying is that you better, that everything that Google basically had before, they're throwing out the window, okay? And they're just going to give precedence to a business that has a responsive website and a fast-loading website. Ranking signals will come from your desktop, not mobile will come from your mobile and not your desktop version. Okay, so basically, Google has ranked responsive websites based on many signals from desktop sites, as we covered before. That's going to flip, and Google will rank the mobile and desktop sites based on signals they get from crawling your site from a mobile view. So the page speed of your responsive websites will determine the rankings of your responsive websites in Google. Google will also likely look at your title, your H1 tags, structured data, and other tags and content generated from your responsive website. All right, so people ask the question, doesn't this just flip the issue the other way to where Google is ranking its desktop results based on how it sees the desktop website? Yes, Google knows that, and the trend is that mobile keeps growing and more searchers will use mobile over desktop searches. So what all this means here, to put it in English for you, is that they're doing it slowly, right? They're looking at, the usage of mobile, and they're basically, as mobile increases, they're going to put the heat on more, and it's going to be more of a factor as more people, land on websites on smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, and all these other operating systems and devices that are out there. They're going to start putting the heat on, on this index, and basically, like I said, make the regular desktop and make the mobile site and responsive site obsolete if it's not fast. That's what they're basically saying. So remember, they're indexing. They index with desktop and they index with mobile. Okay, that's what they're doing. So they haven't cut away the indexing from desktop yet, but that's what's going to happen. Remember, indexing is crawling the website, looking for the information on there, the links, the content, basically all that. That's all that's all done with different algorithms and different tools that they have to basically make sure that you can see that site, keywords and tags and all that stuff that businesses have on their websites, the SEO that they're doing. It's always been, desktop, and that's always been ranked number one. Now, like I said, mobile's taken it over, and the question here is, will Google have two different indexes? Will they have one for mobile down the road and for desktop? All right, and this is where it really hurts the businesses again, right? This is like mobile getting three-ringer. Eventually, Google plans to have only one index, right? One which is based on mobile content to serve listings for both mobile and desktop users, which means mobile is number one. And when they search, when their robots go out, if you're on a desktop or not, it doesn't matter. Mobile is going to be what they use as their number one search ranking factor. So during this rollout period, there will be two indexes, right? And that's what they're doing right now. The rollout period is right now. All right, so desktop first and mobile first. As you can see, they have two indexes, desktop and mobile. One's not bigger than the other at this moment, okay? A smaller group of users will get results out of the mobile first index, all right? And it's not something that everyone will be able to control. People will likely have no idea which index they're actually using. So that's all behind the scenes kind of stuff. So as Google grows confidence in the mobile first index, eventually that will be the only index used, and they're going to drop the desktop, okay? So Google said in their blog post, our search index will continue to be a single index of websites and apps. Our algorithms will eventually primarily use the mobile version of a site's content to rank pages from that site. So what they're saying is, that's it, man. Desktop is going to be obsolete. Responsive websites that are not fast will be obsolete, okay? Mobile sites, obsolete, no more. That's why we're not even developing mobile sites anymore, because they're worthless now at this point. They weren't before, and then Google basically said, standalone mobile sites, forget it. Responsive websites are basically what they use as their number one ranking factor. Paul Harr from Google reiterated by saying, index of mobile pages for mobile users and index of desktop pages for desktop users won't happen, which means there's not going to be two. There are two right now, desktop first and mobile first indexes. That's going to be gone, all right? Which means, again, if a business doesn't have a responsive website, they are going to be mutilated. That's basically what's happening. So again, we're talking, this is all about selling points here, guys. The name of the game is this. There are 11 million businesses right now that aren't mobile, okay? 11 million. Think about that. They are in such big trouble, it's unbelievable. Not only with Mobilegeddon, but now with these new indexes that they've created, the mobile first index, okay? This is a major selling point for businesses that aren't mobile, and now this is a major selling point for businesses that do have a responsive website, but their platforms are crap and they're not fast, okay? So it's basically for everyone. Every single business that's out there that's not on a platform like ours is in big trouble. And I can tell you this, that's 99% of every business that's out there right now, unless they're a billion-dollar business or like Amazon or something like that. Yes, the Fortune 500 companies, nothing's going to happen to them because they have a team of people. They know what they're doing. Your small to mid-sized businesses, even if they purchased, had a desktop website developed for them yesterday, and they developed it like on WordPress or with a developer that doesn't know what they're doing. I don't care if it's responsive. I don't care if it's mobile. It's not going to matter. It's not going to matter because people want fast information, and we're going to get to that right now. The need for speed, guys, the need for mobile speed. People want fast information, and that's really what all this is about. Okay, we depend on our mobile phones for just about everything: finding information, booking flights, enjoying favorite TV shows, looking up restaurants, you name it, right? Anything. We do everything and anything on our smartphones. Everything is done there. So people need to get fast information, right? We don't just expect to have all the world's information at our fingertips. We expect to get the information that we're looking for instantly, man. We want it ASAP. We're an instant gratification society. We want it, and we want it fast. I've been saying that for years, okay? And finally, Google, is doing it, okay? People want fast information. There's so much data out there. So what's happening now, like I said before, it doesn't matter if a website, regular websites, even mobile sites don't always live up to this expectation, despite major advancements in network speed and device processing power. So what that means is it doesn't matter if you have fast internet, right? You can have 5G. You can have, the iPhone 7. You can have whatever, it doesn't matter, because if the website's not coded properly, I don't care how fast your internet is, I don't care how great your phone is, it doesn't matter. You're not going to get the information that you want fast. Okay? And again, obvious, and guys, remember, we're talking about businesses that are mobile right now. This is an issue for them. This is a brand new issue for them. Okay? Brand new. Google said back in June that this was going to happen. Okay, some businesses did what they had to do. Most developers procrastinated. Okay, and these guys, Google, they're basically, they're firing their guns, man. They're saying this is it. It's already released. We're doing it. We're rolling it out slowly, but it's happening, and it's happening on a daily basis. So not only are responsive websites out there that don't have the technology that we have are slow, okay, imagine the business owner that doesn't have a responsive website. Imagine how horrific this is for them. Everybody's getting hurt from this. Every business is getting hurt. These developers are getting crushed that don't know what they're doing, and I can tell you right now, like I said, 99% of them don't know what they're doing. So slow loading sites frustrate people with bad user experience and negatively impact businesses. So basically what Google wants, guys, they're all about fast information. And they run the show because like what 90% of all searches are done on Google. So think about it, right? They want you to have, they want you to have a quick response. They want you to get the information that you want. And if you can't give that to a consumer, then basically what they're doing is they're punishing your company. They're punishing your business for not being up to speed with technology, and basically they crush you. All right. And that's really, and again, it's going to impact these businesses severely. It really, that's what it comes down to. So the study that they did, and this is insane, guys, this is where it gets really insane, right? They studied 10,000 mobile websites, guys. 10,000. All right. That's a pretty big study. Okay. And basically what they did, they wanted to find out how fast these mobile sites were. And we're talking about standalone mobile sites. And when they say mobile, they mean standalone mobile sites and they mean responsive sites. And they wanted to determine first how fast they were and the impact that it had on a consumer if it wasn't fast enough for them. Okay. And this is just amazing because this really puts it all into perspective, here. It really shows you that there's a serious problem. So this is what they came up with. Over half of all mobile site visits are abandoned if the page doesn't load within 3 seconds. Okay, think about that. Over a half of all mobile visits, guys, we're talking over 50% of all the visitors that landed on a site, even if it was responsive and it wasn't fast enough, they bounced off. Okay, if the page didn't load on their smartphone within 3 seconds. Just think about that. That's the attention span that people have nowadays. And remember, I'm not making this up. This is all Google right here. Every statistic that I'm giving you right here is Google, man. Not us. It's Google. All right. 3 out of 4 mobile sites take longer than 10 seconds to load, and the average time to load is 19 seconds. Guys, can you believe that? Look at what I just said. 3 out of the 4 mobile sites take longer than 10 seconds to load, and the average time was 19 seconds. Okay, so think about it. If half of the mobile sites, right, people abandon them, think about this. You think if people left, and if the site didn't load in 3 seconds and over half of them left, imagine what happens when a site loads 10 seconds and the average was 19. Okay, that is a major loss right there. That means you're done. They left. Goodbye. They went somewhere else. They went to the competition. Think about it. They're jumping around. People want fast information. All right. You don't give them what they want, they're going to the next company. And then they go to the next company until they find a website that is professionally developed, right? That's a top-notch company that's going to give them the information that they want right then and there. That's what consumers are looking for. And that's the message that you need to get across to these business owners. That's the message that you need to get across to these salespeople. It's not even about, hey, Mr. Jones, you're not mobile. It's not even about that. It's about putting the fear of God in these people, right? And saying, hey, you need a responsive website. Right now, you're being crushed. Okay, that's the first problem. There's Mobilegeddon right there. The second issue is not only do you have to have a mobile site or a responsive website, but it better load in lightning speed. Okay, and can your developer guarantee you that? Because I'm telling you one thing, I can guarantee it, right? So what you want to do, the point I'm trying to make here is that, you have to make it clear and put that doubt in their mind that you're the only development company out there that can fulfill this, promise here. That's it. No one else can get it done. That's what you have to make clear to these business owners. Mr. Jones, you can go ahead with any other developer you want. That's fine with you. I don't care. But I can tell you this, you're going to spend 5-10 grand with them. And in the end, what's going to happen? You're going to come back to us and you're going to pay us another 5 or 10 grand. So why spend 20 grand, 15 grand, 7 grand, whatever, right? Why have a website built by a company that does not follow Google's rules? How on earth are you going to deal with a business like that? You're a smart person. There's no reason for you to take that chance with your business, because I'm showing you right here, this is the impact that it's going to have on your company. So you're going to spend $5 grand on a WordPress website with a developer that's wet behind the ears, or they're going to charge $500 less or $1,000 less that I'm charging you, and you're telling me that risk because of a lousy $500 discount or $1,000 discount that they're giving you, you're risking going out of business and destroying your company. Can they prove to you that their site will load quickly? There's the case. That's where you make your case, guys. All right, let's keep moving. All right, now while there are several factors impacting revenue, our model projects that publishers whose mobile sites load within 5 seconds. All right, this is Google talking. Earn up to 2 times greater mobile ad revenue than those sites load within 19 seconds. So what they're saying is they're making 2 times as much money on the ads, right, that they've placed, right? If they have ads running on Google AdWords, on Facebook, whatever, all right, 2 times, making twice as much money. And the data, if you could look right here, guys, I didn't make this up. It's all right here. If you look at all these statistics that I just went over, it's all here, okay? This is real data, real data. All right, now, how fast should mobile sites be? Well, they should be really fast, guys, okay? They should be super fast, lightning speed, because we're on the go, like I said, right? 53% of visits are abandoned if a mobile site takes more than 3 seconds to load. 53%. 1 out of 2 people expect the page to load in less than 2 seconds. All right, all right, so remember, consumers expect the site to load in 3 seconds, but 1 out of those 2 expect the page to load in less than 2 seconds. So we're talking about Formula One here. We're talking about rocket speed, guys, lightning speed. We're talking about the speed of light, right? That's what we're talking about here. That's how websites have to load in this day and age. It has to be lightning speed. 46% of consumers say that waiting for pages to load is what they dislike the most when browsing the mobile web. It's here. There's your, Google Webmaster blog. It's right here. I didn't make it up. And that's going back to April 2015. Okay, think about that. All right, so mobile speed is good for everyone, everywhere. When sites are fast, users engage more with content and ads. The net result, publishers can monetize their content and advertisers can achieve their brand goals. Businesses will make more money because people will stay on their websites. They're going to call, they're going to order, the consumer is basically going to interact with that company. It's that simple. This is as simple as it gets. The consumer will not bounce off that website. And that's what's really important. Here we go, more Google statistics. Faster load times mean more chances for engagement. Sites that load in 5 seconds versus 19 seconds were observed to have 60% greater page views per visit, 35% lower bounce rates. Went over this earlier. All right, these are great stats, man, to show these business owners. All right, less time spent waiting on the site means more time on the site. Sites that loaded within 5 seconds versus 19 seconds were observed to have 70% longer average sessions and 25% higher viewability. Again, 75% longer average sessions means, staying on that website. They spent 70% more time on someone's site because every page that they went to loaded fast. That's important, guys. All right. It's important for every business that's out there because people want something fast and they are going to interact. They're going to buy. They're going to visit. They're going to call. They're going to fill out forms. They're going to learn about the company. They're going to read, right? They're going to do what they have to do to interact with that business. And that's really important. So think about this. Businesses that advertise ultimately care about what? Revenue. Every business out there is advertising. So while there are several factors impacting revenue, Google's model projects that advertisers' mobile sites will load with 5 seconds, have 2 times greater mobile ad revenue than those whose sites load within 19 seconds. So again, I'm reiterating this stuff. Some of it's duplicate, and the reason why I'm doing duplicate is I want it to sink in. I want you guys to fully understand that, hey, this is really important. This is a major impact on businesses, and it's not just businesses that don't have a site. It's businesses that already have a responsive website. Okay, so it doesn't matter anymore. If Mr. Jones has a responsive website, guess what? You could sell them a site. You could sell them a site. This is a way to get them to purchase from you. It doesn't matter anymore because I can guarantee you this, they're not going to have the technology that we have. And that's what's really important. So again, guys, conclusion, people crave speed. It doesn't matter if you're on a 5G network, 4G network, all right? It doesn't matter. People want fast information. Our lives are faster and more efficient than ever. The pace of the world is picking up. Everything is fast, guys. Okay, slow mobile sites will be left behind. Websites that aren't mobile will be left behind, losing more and more users and revenue, losing money, right? Having that competition eat them alive. Mobile sites that load quickly benefit users, advertisers, publishers alike. Everyone that's out there, and again, the consumer is the most important part of this, right? The business owner and the consumer. So that being said, let's hold on a minute here. Let me get out of here. This is what's important. We sent an email out earlier this week in regards to what we did, okay? And it's really important for you guys to understand this. So we're the only, one of the only, I can't say only because I know there are people that are, other developers are working about it, but I can tell you this, we're one of the few that are out there, all right? One of the few platforms that are out there that is fully aligned with the search engine giant Google, all right? For creating sites with the fastest websites, guys, fastest load times, okay? And we did this by improving, adjusting, and doing a lot of work on the back end of our technology. So let's just, for those of you that are brand new, some of you don't even know, that we just basically had a major upgrade on our platform. Our platform was already a Ferrari of a platform, and this was a few months ago. Okay, we're one of the best out there. We rebuilt our whole back end of our platform, and now it's based on React and it's Facebook technology. That was a major upgrade. We're talking monstrous upgrade of our platform. We've been working on this quietly since June. Okay, when Google said, hey, this is what's going to happen, we didn't sit there and wait for anything. We started working on it, and you guys can take a look at it more in depth right here. And we added this new section right here, which is new platform release, which is the speed ranking factor. Okay, it's a speed ranking factor. So let me just copy and paste this link right here into, there you go, the chat box there. Okay, so I just placed this link here in the chat box so you guys can take a look at it later on. But we kind of go through a lot of stuff on this. So we're going to add some other platforms here. Like we added WordPress, right? Like how they're based with the Google, with the Google results, based on the page speed tests that Google has. What we did was we basically grabbed one of their templates, right? We grabbed one of their templates, and what we did was and I'll show you right here, we grabbed one of their templates out there, and it was based on this Eden theme right here. And again, it doesn't have a lot of content, nothing. It's not even like a real site full of images and stuff like that, and we still crushed it. We still crushed it, guys. All right, just to show you. Now, think about it. It's only a template, right? It's only a template. It doesn't even have any content on it, and it still was slow. So imagine when a WordPress developer, right? A WordPress developer adds content, adds images. They don't have a content delivery network like we do that caches all the images and serves it, from all these different servers around the world. Imagine having a developer that doesn't know what the hell they're doing, and they're building hey, I'm going to build your responsive website because you need a mobile site. Oh, cool, great. and then they have no idea what they're doing. Again, what they're buying is a Frankenstein right off the bat. That person just spent 5 grand on that website, and their website's obsolete the same day. Their website is obsolete the same day. Okay, so again, really important, and we have that back here where you guys can take a look at some of the tests. And we also talked about how we did it. You guys can read this, and I'm not going to go over all this, but it's just going to kind of give you an idea of how we did it on the back end. We wanted to share that with you to show you, but we're going to add all the other platforms that are out there, and the reason I'm going to add them is pretty simple. A lot of times these business owners will say, hey, I'll build my own website. I'll build my own website on Wix or Weebly or whatever those do-it-yourself type of platforms. We're going to put back here the page speed tests of all those different platforms. Again, this is major. I want all of you to understand. So what we're basically doing, all right, I want you guys to, and I'm going to answer your questions. Don't worry, I'll get to it. But what I want you to do is this, okay? What I want you to do is this. I want you to listen to me here. I want you guys to really pay attention. And I know you are, but I want to make it clear how important this is, okay? We're going to give you every WordPress, basically, I would say 90% of all the websites are built on WordPress, right? Okay, so we're basically, what we're doing is we're showing you WordPress. We're giving you a template that's naked, that doesn't have anything there. That's the first thing, okay? Secondly, I'm going to put back here, office, I'm going to have my people put here all the other website platforms that are basically your competition, our competition, indirectly, right? The only competition we really have is another designer building on WordPress. When the client says to you, hey, I want to build a website myself, I always like to give them this answer. So you're telling me, when you have a heart attack and you need open heart surgery, you're going to have Billy Bob, that works in the downtown garage, come in there, with a pair of pliers and a saw and a drill and start drilling into your heart and opening up your chest. And, you're not going to go to a doctor. You're going to go to a witch doctor. So that's what you're telling me. Instead of having a professional build your website, you're telling me you're going to build it yourself. So we're going to have all those website builders here and how they come out on the Google page speed test. Really important, guys. Really important. All right. So now let me take your questions here really quickly here. Let's see what we have here. Let's see. Did they say when this is going to be implemented? It's implemented already. It's already implemented. It's a slow rollout. They've been rolling it out actually. I'm sorry, not slow. Well, since June. Okay, they've been rolling it out, Robert, since June. It's happening already. It could be at 70% rollout, 90% rollout. We don't have the exact number, but it's 100% happening right now. It's rolled out already. All right, it's rolled out. So businesses must have it. Okay, let's see. Can I get these stats in copy form so that I can use in my info, in my emails? Yeah, we'll send you out we can send you guys the PowerPoint. That's not a problem. We'll give you guys the PowerPoint, and we'll give you the all you gotta do is ask support, and we'll send you the sites, and then that way you guys can get the different statistics from Google. Like I said, this is all Google. I mean, there are PowerPoints out there. These are all Google statistics, man. And again, if you're a half decent salesperson, if you know what you're talking about and you know our platform, these people are not even going to ask you, hey, can you send me can I see the footnote of where you got that information from? No one's going to really ask you that. They're not going to do the research and call you a liar or not believe you and say, hey, I need to have the footnote, of where you compiled this data from, which is right here, Where is it? Right here. Yeah, right there. Oops, I can't edit that. It's right here. See, like this one right here. So we'll send you out this PowerPoint. We'll put it out. We'll put this PowerPoint um, up in the back office. I just pasted that for you guys right there. And I can paste these here for you too if you want. Not a big deal. It's all there. But I'm going to send you this PowerPoint anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All right, let's get back to the questions here. Answer that one. Answer that one. Okay. Let's see. All right.